Westpac Stadium in Wellington is the venue, but it's Heartland Rugby which will take centre stage first up on a Sunday double-header. Horowhenua Kapiti, beaten Meads Cup finalist last year, take on South Canterbury in week 3 of the Heartland competition. Two really well-matched teams getting a chance to show their wares on the big stage. Well, it's still fairly early doors in the Heartland Championship, like it is in all the provincial competitions at the moment, but it's very, very tight early on, as you'd imagine. Wanganui and King Country, the only unbeaten teams after their 3 matches so far. Our teams today right in the real bun fight already. Horowhenua Kapiti there in 6th, South Canterbury 9th, so a win for either side will really see them jump up the log this weekend. Well, South Canterbury are coming off a big win over Poverty Bay, and some of those players that performed well off the bench, they scored 4 tries in the final 13 minutes, have been rewarded with starts today. One of those is 21-year-old fullback Zach Saunders. It is a potent backline led by first 5 Daniel Dorgan, a product of Roncalli College. Up front, Matt Fetu plays his 97th game. He's joined by Beckham and Canterbury wider training pop Otu Taha. Nick Strawn leads South Canterbury's loose trio. Well, it's a pleasure to have alongside me for this one, a South Canterbury man, Brendan Lanning.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ricky, and it's really, really good to be here as we see this Horowhenua Kapiti lineup with Pratt, Roipata and Cameron up front. Shelford, the captain, going to be key for these guys today, as well as Zimmerman at 8. 9 and 10 are the key for me, really. Brown and Riti, they're the guys that are going to have to control things really well. And then James Soialu at fullback. This guy is going to be good to watch. He's played a lot of rugby, an experienced player for them, and he'll be key.
Well, sideline for this one is Ben Castle with a check on conditions.
Oh, good morning, Ricky and Buff. How often do we get to say good morning in rugby, the beauty of the Heartland? Well, partly cloudy, so it is a bit cold, but dry, a little bit of breeze, but not enough to trouble these teams. It is a real special occasion here. Speaking to Corey Kennett, the CEO of Horowhenua Kapiti, their little trip down the line from Levin. They're really pumped to be here on the big stage at Westpac Stadium, bringing their friends, family and supporters. South Canterbury, they've won the toss and they'll play north to south or left to right on your screen.
So Nick Strawn leading out South Canterbury, a win and a loss so far for them, and a good win it was over Poverty Bay last week, 40 points to 11. They really came home strongly in the second half of that match. They had a good little run over the next couple of weeks as well, having made the trip south, sitting about 9th on the ladder at the moment. The coach just wants to tidy up a few little areas of their matches, but 4 tries in 13 minutes, and a big part of that was this man Shane Anderson. He moves out 1 spot this week out to centre, having started at second 5 last week, but he scored 2 tries against Poverty Bay. A strong tackle busting midfielder, important for South Canterbury's go forward through the middle this morning, turning into afternoon. Horowhenua Kapiti, led by the veteran Ryan Shelford. The 125th anniversary of their union, 1893 it was founded. Home ground is usually Levin Domain, but today it is Westpac Stadium, effectively home for them. North Otago, Wairarapa Bush and King Country to come. And like South Canterbury, a win and a loss so far this season for Horowhenua Kapiti. And a real key for them, and a key to their run to the Meads Cup final last year, where they were eventually beaten, is fullback James Soialu. Well, he's playing at fullback today, but is better known probably as a first 5. He's been around a few places, played for Wellington, Bullock, Connacht, and a handful of tests for Samoa as well. And he is vital to their chances, Brendan Laney.
Yeah, he is. And look, at the end of the day, anybody with a bit of experience at that higher level, when they come back to Heartland, it certainly helps out any side. I think the exciting part about this game is both these sides don't mind throwing the ball around, and they've got some fantastic conditions out of here. This ground here was out there before. It looks like one of the greens at Temuka Golf Club, to be fair. It's beautiful. Wouldn't have helped my golf any, but I'm looking forward to this match, Ricky. It's going to be a cracker.
Referee for this one, Tim Griffiths, assisted by Ray McMillan and Sam Thompson, as Horowhenua Kapiti will start this match in fine style. Well, it might be a chilly morning, but that has set the tone already. Some of the looks on the South Canterbury faces, they are ready to go as well. In Horowhenua Kapiti, Ngā Mata Tapuoi. The haka of their traditional union. 125 years, and it will be South Canterbury in their traditional green and black to kick off first.
Blue captain. Good. Are we good to go from a TV perspective? Are we good to go? Sam, can you just...
Yep, we're ready.
We're ready, yep, we're good to go. How you been down there?
Green captain? Yep.
And we are away in the Heartland Championship match. Shallow kick-off to start from South Canterbury, but nicely taken down early from Horowhenua Kapiti. Tainui Brown, the halfback, to clear, and it's charged down early. Soialo's kick it was, it's well picked up. Support play by the man who started it all. What a fabulous start for South Canterbury. Can't quite connect together, but gee whiz, what a start. The charge down, ball on the Ati, the big lock.
Oh, great pressure. Sorry, Ali. He had a look, but look, the big fella stretched up. That's as high as he could go as well. So big opportunity here, scrum. This is always an interesting part of the game. Both sides got a good, solid front row as well. And a very flat back line from South Canterbury.
South Canterbury, a minute in, hot on attack, great field position, good shove from Horowhenua Kapiti though.
On the same tunnel.
Well, that's over on Scott Cameron's side. Tight head prop for Horowhenua Kapiti on their far right-hand side. Just the power coming through. And the likes of Ryan Shelford in behind him as well. That powerful second row that Horowhenua Kapiti do have. Robin Pratt, he is close to us with his head taped up there on that loose head side for Horowhenua Kapiti. Up against Kalolo Atuaha.
Stand up. Hey boys, I don't mind you going heads on shoulder, but we're not going in any closer, okay? Both hookers. Both hookers.
Let's go, here we go.
Let's go, Graham.
Plenty of chat early. Those forward packs fired up. Play on the big ground. And again, it's going to be messy for South Canterbury when it's cleared well. Here's Dorgan, little inside ball. Nice move from Medlicott. Another player rewarded with a start today. Dorgan again, and here's Anderson with his first carry. 7 metres out, South Canterbury. Early pressure on Horowhenua Kapiti. Dorgan, little inside ball once more. Well picked off. Strawn, the captain, and Horowhenua Kapiti do scramble well and earn a penalty.
Number 9, off his feet, stealing.
Well, South Canterbury showing their wares early. Both weak cutbacks. Unfortunately, the captain, Nick Strawn, just left a wee bit isolated. And Horowhenua Kapiti straight over the ball, nice and strong. So, chance to release a bit of pressure, and that's a good kick.
Excellent clearance up towards halfway by Soialo.
There it is there, Ricky. Just straight in on the ball, on his feet, holding his body weight. Fantastic effort.
Did well, the halfback, Tainui Brown, and a big charging flanker. First piece of possession here for Horowhenua Kapiti. If they're good for it, it's a good take in the end, tidied up by the captain, Shelford. 81st appearance from Ryan Shelford in the blue, but that's been nicked away by South Canterbury. They try and gather it back, Horowhenua, but they won't be able to, and it's taken away once more by Lavaka. South Canterbury locking department going to work early. Again, just squared it away. Anderson well covered, but they'll go back for the penalty.
Well, I'll tell you what, this Horowhenua Kapiti side, particularly up front, have come out fired up. They really have. They've smoked into a couple of rucks, and there, unfortunately for them, just falling on off their feet. But gee whiz, Ben, they've come out fired up for sure.
Well, they did all the hard work. They had a great line-out set piece earlier. They just got a bit of lack of communication off the tail of it where Shelford had to go and clean up, so it was a standing start. But you're right, they're certainly pretty fizz, but all the momentum at the moment with South Canterbury there in the right area of the field at 22. So the short line out there going to.
Get in.
Oh, they're up late.
Hey boys, we can't walk into the line out like that because we have more than one halfback. We must set, okay? Understood?
So Ropata, it is to throw, made his debut last week. Ropata. Hooker for South Canterbury has had to stretch across there to bring that down. See, that's Beckham, the hooker for South Canterbury. And here they come again. It's been all the visitors as such so far, but that's going to be played through, chipped away, and the scramble for the loose ball falls for Horowhenua Kapiti again. Ball control a little bit lacking at the moment. And now broken field play, and the intent is clear from South Canterbury. Clear call from the referee. Anderson again, just showing the ball and popping the pass, and there's open spaces. And they've had all the possession, all the ball, and it's an easy finish for South Canterbury, and the big number 8 goes in early.
Oh, great try. Really, from a couple of turnovers. Just shows you you've got to hang on to your ball.
Have you lost it first?
And here it is here. Dorgan had a wee sniff. Got it out. Matt Fitu, great hands. And then Anderson, just ball in 2 hands. The offload here, absolutely spot on. And Tomahuni looked for the wee in pass, but made the right decision. Get the ball on the deck, son. Great try.
Oh, yeah, just backing. It's a lovely little bit of footwork, wasn't it? From Anderson. A couple of tries so far this season, but just that ability to put the defender or flat foot the defender and get on the outside there. And some lovely work as well, as you mentioned, Buff, from Matt Fitu, the loose head prop, just keeping that ball alive.
Well, it just opened up. It looked simple, but the work had been done. Here is Dorgan with the kick on loan from New Brighton and Christchurch, but very much a South Canterbury product. And he was good from the tee last week with 5 conversions. And he started nicely as well. So South Canterbury with all the ball, all the possession. And they put it on the scoreboard, 7 points to 0.
Yeah, well, they'll be thrilled with that start. They really will. Matt Fitu in particular, gee, that was lovely hands by the big prop. He's good with ball in hand. He's been around a long time for the South Canterbury side, but gee whiz, he really made that look very, very easy.
We're just making a substitution here for Horowhenua Kapiti.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yep, bring one.
So we've got number 20. I have that as Leon Allison
Time on.
coming on. Looks like Ethan Reti is coming off. We'll find out what's up with him.
So early trouble for Horowhenua Kapiti. They go long from the kickoff, and it's brought down by the try scorer, Tomahuni. And Allison into it early on debut. Good work from Saunders to evade the tackle and just reset after a bit of a scramble. Ball in hand early for South Canterbury, and streaking down the left is Leatenana, but well wrapped up.
You happy with that, Ray?
Well, I'll tell you what, if they get this ball wide today, we've got 2 wingers, particularly in the South Canterbury side, who can really scoot. He didn't have much room to move down here, to be fair to him. There to Gaga.
Yeah, there's Reti.
The old broken nose, maybe.
Yeah, there's the blood that he's off for.
Strawn it is at the back for South Canterbury. And again, not even a thought to kick out from their own territory. And here is the other winger, Setafano Salgaga, opening them up. South Canterbury shrieking. They're going to go 80 metres here. South Canterbury, Willie Wright, the halfback's on the end of it, but it is a breakout try, one side and the other. South Canterbury on fire early doors in Wellington.
Well, that is an absolutely outstanding try, a real team try too. Went through about 5 or 6 pairs of hands, but the old classic double miss, beautiful pass by Medlicott. And then good decisions here. Salgaga back inside, and then obviously the beautiful lines by the wee halfback, Willie Wright, and that is a fantastic try.
Oh, it's a great example of skill, isn't it? Just getting that ball in front, letting the ball do the work, the ball beating the defender. And then the pace, well, that's one thing you can't coach on that side there. Just getting away on everyone, then the lovely inside ball to finish it off. The halfback, Willie Wright.
And Dorgan adds the extras from right in front, and it's a storming start for South Canterbury. 14-0, 10 minutes gone.
Oh, look at the pace of Salgaga. He did the right thing, though, in and out. Beautiful pass back inside again. And that's just good support lines, right up the old fat man's track by the halfback. We saw that last night too, at the test match. Yeah, there's a couple of really well taken tries by TJ Perenara, running exactly the same line.
Again, Horowhenua Kapiti go long, real long, and it forces, no, it's gone backwards from Dorgan, but it's put South Canterbury under pressure. Medlicott's got it in there, and a penalty for Horowhenua Kapiti.
Holding on.
What the option is here from the skipper Shelford, and he's going to go for points while we're so early on in this match. He can chip away.
Well, it was a difficult kick-off. It was actually a real floater, to be fair. He hit it nice and high, but didn't probably hit it that end-over-end style, and it had a bit of a float on, so hard one for Dorgan to take. And so you're going to say it was a fantastic kick, really, as we see James Suriolo line this one up. Pretty much a gimme right in front. But that's exactly what Horowhenua would have wanted, Ben.
Yeah, it was a great chase line, wasn't it? Off that kick off there, when that just to fumble it on the ground. You've got to turn those kicks into attacking opportunities if you chase well, and that's what they did and forced this. Their first points.
Points on the board for Horowhenua Kapiti. Penalty to Soyalo, 14 points to 3. Scoring at a clip here at the moment. Entertaining first 11 minutes. Kick-off brought down by Zimmerman. Number 8 for Horowhenua Kapiti, and now they get a chance to spread it. He's having to check the run a little bit with Setawalu, but he's done really well. The loose ball pounced upon by Winterburn. That'll be penalty advantage. Got his timing wrong there, Fetu.
Ball must be picked up. Ball must be picked up by the halfback.
Yes, unfortunately he was sitting there. I did feel for him a little bit because it was sort of sitting out the back, but he's saying it must be picked up by the halfback. See, there it is there. Now, that's out. He's a bit harshly done by there.
Pretty attractive, a ball sitting there for a front rower. Just waiting, ready to be taken and run with. But under the law, he's going to wait for the 9 to pick it up before he can advance.
Back up towards halfway. Horowhenua Kapiti. Dorpata with the throw this time. That's quick ball to go through the hands. For the first time, little stepping, jinking, weaving run. That's the new player on the field, Allison, with a little ship kick up over the top, and there's a big collision.
No advantage.
Eyes for the ball. They're going to go back for the penalty advantage, but gee whiz, talk about no care for your own body chasing this.
Geez, that could have gone pear-shaped bad. Look at that. Both players not even looking at each other. Love the commitment by both guys, to be fair, but gee whiz, that could have come off bad.
Well, we're back off another a penalty off another good line out from Horowhenua Kapiti. They just held that ball in before they got the ball back to the halfback, Tainui Brown, and that forced the hooker who was defending at the back of the line out, Marek Beckham, just creeping up offside. So their set piece is functioning well. Horowhenua Kapiti, they're now moving into the right areas. They've got another opportunity at line out time. Looks to be a short line out.
Get down, get down, get down.
Down inside the South Canterbury 22. That's away for Horowhenua Kapiti. Big hit on Brown. Shelford, pick and go. Referee was playing advantage, but he's caught that over as they're driven back again. South Canterbury ripping in here. Picked up by Cameron, crawling an extra metre or two. Edging up towards the 5 metre line. Horowhenua Kapiti looking to scoot left again as Brown. He set them away off the line out with a good little run. Soialo up in there from fullback directing traffic. Cameron is again initially held high and now into ground. Patient play here from Horowhenua Kapiti. And Brown skips them away once more, looking to link up in midfield. Ball squirting out the back for Allison. Again stepping, he looks dangerous when he stepped, but he's thrown that into the hands of Anderson, and South Canterbury will hack it away downfield. And now there's a foot race. And South Canterbury might be the first to get there. Hacked ahead, Leotenana. Is he going to be able to get there? Trips over his own feet. Is there a penalty there? No, the referee says play on, and somehow Horowhenua Kapiti get out of it. Danger not over yet, and a penalty will go the other way. The bodies everywhere, scrap for the ball. But what are the speed of Leotenana down the left.
Oh, how quick was he? That was fantastic. Just straight out wheels. He really needed just...
So good.
Crouch! 5! Sit!
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Plenty guys to beat. Did the job. And a good try, Ben.
Yeah, it was off a good set piece as well. Stable scrum. They set it up in midfield and quick ball again to come out right. Horowhenua Kapiti still had defenders there, so still plenty of work to do from the try scorer. Saunders, he's done well.
Free kick. So it's part of his kick. You should work that out from the first few. Hey boys, you know what? You got to stay there, okay? Got it? Thanks. Thanks, boys. Try's good.
That far out, with their amount of experience, ain't going to get stopped. Great try.
Yeah, brilliantly worked. Caleb Kilameti as well. And the one before, Tainui Woodmass made that break. He got them over the advantage line, got them going forward. And then Woodmass, oh, the big lock. Great to see a tight forward running in open play like that and setting the ball up midfield for James Soialo. Well, they had to be the next team to score, didn't they, Horowhenua Kapiti?
Well, Woodmass missed last week with illness, and that forced the CEO, that Ben mentioned earlier, Corey Kennett, to play for Horowhenua Kapiti last week. So I think Tainui Woodmass has been under pressure for his spot. The boss has been after it, and he's responded in kind. There's only 23 years between rep games for Corey Kennett, and that is a fabulous kick for Soialo, much needed. Good strike back for Horowhenua Kapiti. It's still South Canterbury, though, 21 points to 10. 22 minutes gone.
Well, they did need to be the ones to strike back next, and they did it really well. That was a beautiful try. It really was. Spot on. Just shows you you've got to make your first up tackles or you put yourself under a lot of pressure.
A little knock on there. Shelford it may have been. Under pressure. Strawn reaching high, so this is again good field position for South Canterbury right after Horowhenua Kapiti had scored.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Well, it's again a little bit messy, a bit slow for Wright, but he's cleared it nicely. And here come the South Canterbury backs again. Saunders has got one, couldn't link up with his winger that time though. But again, just 10 metres out. Here's Salgunga getting into the action, the winger, working the short side. Dorgan is bundled out over the sideline.
Release the ball, Green!
Yeah, just running out a little bit of room there, Ricky, didn't they? The option to come right, I don't know whether it was actually on. Maybe one more infield, then back to the right, but good defence by Horowhenua Kapiti. They did a good job there.
Will putter with the throw needs to be on the money, and that might fall on the South Canterbury side. I think it has. Here they come again, the green and black. Right clears straight up through the middle, but not going through that time was Buluniati. They're lining up the big men, but it's going to go well beyond them. Saunders up in the line. Penalty advantage. Salgaga through the middle. Ripped away, though. They'll go back for the penalty.
No clear release.
Wright goes quickly, playing with real intent here. Medlicott just a metre and a half away. The ball's somehow gone the hands, and there's another penalty. Tap again, and they're just going to have to go and tidy this up a little bit. Referee Tim Griffiths.
Not 10 metres.
Well, they're showing their intent, aren't they? They're not going to muck around South Canterbury. Any ball they have got, they're going to really put this defence of Horowhenua under pressure by tapping and going, speeding the game up. Very hard for any defence to get set if that's the sort of game plan that any team is playing against it. So it really comes down to Ben slowing that ball down, the breakdown, doesn't it?
They're just contesting it, that breakdown hard enough, but they're under pressure now. Whether South Canterbury opt for a drive, look to play.
Down the back it goes once more to Strawn. He's been a real go-to option, the captain in the South Canterbury lineup. Ball is there for Wright. He goes himself the halfback and squeezes through the gap. And Wright's in again.
Once again, South Canterbury, very good set piece. First up, got the line out absolutely bang on. There it is down. Just straightening it back of the line out. They had a wee dig. They got pulled down. There was the penalty advantage. And then Willie Wright, well, he had plenty of room to move and a really good try.
Well, Horowhenua Kapiti, they did all the hard work. They stopped the drive to begin with. The South Canterbury had to reload and start again, but all their defenders were on the wrong side of the breakdown. And that's where Wright, he just had to look up, and his acceleration from that base. We've seen it in his link play. But he is having a great game around that breakdown. Constant threat. And you go back to that kickoff, Horowhenua Kapiti, they didn't secure that after they had scored points. And that gave South Canterbury the scrum in which they moved into the 22 on attack, forced a penalty, line out, try. It's all a bit easy for them at the moment.
Dorgan again, just to the left of the upright. Does take a little extra step, doesn't he? That sets them away, but he again strokes it through nicely. Good goal kicking as well. It's all going South Canterbury's way. 28 points to 10.
Well, this Horowhenua Kapiti side, they've proved they can score points, and they can score really nice tries too. So they've just got to get their hands on the ball, get some phases going, get their game going as well. They really haven't had a lot of ball, and the ball they have had has really been down their own end of their track. So once again, you go back to getting their set piece right. Well, South Canterbury's got the opportunity here. They've got to get their kick-off right. Got the last one wrong. Let Horowhenua in.
High and long from Soialo, taken down by the try scorer Wright. Dorgan peels it away. Only gone down as far as Zimmerman standing back there. The number 8 beats the first tackle and almost gets through another, and then crawls an extra few centimetres. Soialo trying to turn around South Canterbury. Oh, it's got a horrible bounce right. Fortunate in the end. Good response from him too, sending Horowhenua Kapiti back down into their own territory.
That's a great kick. That is an absolute ripper. He got a horrible bounce off the Soialo kick. But returned that absolutely magnificently. That is a beauty.
Just focus on nothing.
Again, they go down the back, Winterburn, but
Leaving the one out early.
creating, causing errors, making errors, rather, Horowhenua Kapiti, and it's just handing ball back to South Canterbury, who do not need a second invitation to have a crack at the moment.
Nah, did right, Ricky, they don't.
Wait till the ball's thrown, mate.
So basically what he said there is one of the players left the line out before the ball was thrown in, which is obviously something you cannot do. So pressure again for this Horowhenua defence. South Canterbury dangerous I must admit, though, Ben, the scrum's been going really well for Horowhenua. They put a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of pressure through this side here, through Pratt. He's the one closest to us here for Horowhenua Kapiti up front. They get that ball, get a good clean strike.
Wright is again able to clear, and this time a little chip over the top from Dorgan into Anderson, but well read by Soyalo. But it's squirted out on the South Canterbury side again, and Dorgan quick to see the option was right. And he hit the line, called for the ball. He's been converting them, and now he's scored one of his own. Dan Dorgan is in. That's 5 tries already for South Canterbury.
Oh, poor old James Soyalo has just got off the ground there and gone, what has happened? It was a beautiful chip, just probably a little bit too far. He took the ball, went down. South Canterbury, someone's gone in there and turned that ball over magnificently in 2 passes, and Dan Dorgan's just snapped onto the end of that and scored.
No, that's just chasing the kick and putting pressure on, forcing another mistake, yet another one for Horowhenua Kapiti. Well, he was into his 22. I just wonder whether James Soyalo did throw out the call for mark.
I'd been yelling it before I caught it, to be fair. Yeah. I hear all the footsteps coming.
If he did, no one heard it, unfortunately.
It was a great bit of counter ruck, though, wasn't it, for that ball to then spit out, and then just the pace.
Well, it looked like it might have been Strawn who went straight in over the ball, the headgear on for South Canterbury. So he did a magnificent job. And just once again, it's that attitude to turn the ball around and shift 2 passes quickly and attack straight away that's been really good to watch from the South Canterbury side.
Again, just perfect off the tee. Dorgan converts his own try. South Canterbury can't do a thing wrong at the moment. 35 points to 10. 31 minutes gone.
Yeah, there it is there, and it was Strawn.
Yep.
Beautiful job, Ben, wasn't it?
Great 7 work. Open side flanker work, just at the break, just forcing. Different body angle, the ball just spits out. Well, hands on the ball, that'll be the message now for Horowhenua Kapiti.
This time they go short, and again very high, allowing everyone to get in underneath it, and it's bounced all around and off the head, I think, of Paioa. The end result, though, is it still falls for South Canterbury. And they are really only knowing one option. Right, little inside ball turned in. Dorgan through the hands. Anderson just had to check back, and here's the speedster Leatenana on the outside, and they've got him well covered this time. Horowhenua Kapiti look to go quickly, but won't get the chance.
Yeah, unfortunately the pass from Dorgan was just well behind Anderson, so he had to check and probably took all the time away from his outside. So good opportunity here for Horowhenua.
Lined out. Again, that short line out has left plenty of options. Numbers crashing up through the midfield. Serawalu, 2 tries last week and just hasn't been able to get anywhere near it at the moment, and they've stolen it again, South Canterbury. Big boys getting involved.
On the ground.
But Gooden just went too far that time.
Oh, gee. I've seen that happen before, Ben. And
Oh, it's tough.
yeah,
Prevented attacking player from getting over the ball.
that's what he's meant to do.
Well, just see how close a defender was to Andrew Gooden then. Rolling there. I didn't think there were defenders really anywhere near, but play on.
Anyway, go on.
Down to the 22 it is for Horowhenua Kapiti, desperately looking to score with 6 minutes to go in this first half. Got 1 try. They held up here though again. Legs are on the ground, knees on the ground, and the referee had called tackle. They carried on with it though. To South Canterbury. And now Brown, the halfback, sets them away. Shelford has been in everything for Horowhenua Kapiti. Brown again. Bounces off the shoulder of Cameron, and play on is the call. Winterburn. Better from Horowhenua Kapiti this time. Oh, but going peeled backwards. Ba'ioa clears, plays half-back. Reti, bit static though. No real options, and they've gotten over the top. Strawn it is again. And then it goes back the other way. Cameron straight up through the middle. I think the coaches might be talking a bit about ball security. There's a bit going on. Off the ball is Horowhenua Kapiti, 5 metres rather, from the South Canterbury goal line again. Back and forth. Lemaire squeezes a ball out.
Advantage on the 5.
Goes back for the penalty advantage. Shelford taps and goes. Stopped in midfield. Kilimete. They try to rip it away once more, but they've held on to it this time. Head down.
Tackle now, boys.
There's Zimmerman. And once more, lining up. Ropata.
Please, thank you.
Brown out to the right. Soialo up in the line and cutting back in midfield and straight up through the middle. Setawalu. Horowhenua Kapiti hammering away. Pa'ioa, he's held up high though. They've got him real high in here, South Canterbury, as they try and drive him up over the line. There's 70 players underneath it. And the call is held up. Goodness me.
Oh, have a look at this from Serawalu. He flew onto this like a steam train. Bang! Great defence by South Canterbury. Gee, how about the run on the cutback? That was magnificent. And then here, they looked like they held him up. They had to get him across the try line. And that's a good effort from South Canterbury defensively. But gee, good to see Horowhenua and their attitude.
Well, that's sparked them, hasn't it? It's sparked them to life a bit now. Some of their carry, a little bit of purpose. Now, big scrum coming up. 5 metres out.
Another penalty. Trying the patience. Referee Tim Griffiths. South Canterbury just held that up long enough to get that line set, but they might call for another scrum. Here they have.
Well, that's against Matt Fetu. Loose head prop from South Canterbury, just not pushing straight. He's the one penalised. It is right in front of the referee, just coming around the corner.
Oh, gee. I'm not much of a front rower, Ben. I might look like one now, but gee whiz, he looked pretty straight.
Yeah, I disagree with that there. There's the power coming through there. Horowhenua Kapiti just not quite set and accurate on that occasion, but they get another opportunity now. That's better.
More solid platform this time. Zimmerman off the back for Brown, and the forward midfield coming forward as Kilimete again on the run. Everybody giving their 2 cents worth to the ref as well. Shelford, little short ball in there. Pick and go again from Cameron, who's held high a metre or half a metre out. Horowhenua Kapiti hammering away, head down. And again, another advantage the way of Horowhenua Kapiti. Ba'ioa throws a big dummy. That's well read by the South Canterbury defence. Oh, peeled back as Lemert. It's a second advantage now. And the referee is playing. Zimmerman squirts out the back for Brown to clear, and Soialo goes with the kick. There's way too much on that. They will go back though.
Offside, 8 green.
Offside penalty, one of a handful in there. South Canterbury have given away.
Number 8 green.
Oh, Soialo knew he had the advantage there, so he tried his hand. And unfortunately, just a wee bit too big. Interesting to see what they do here. Ricky, do they take the scrum? Yeah, we'll just look at Shelford. He's pointing to the post by the look of it.
Well, that applause that you hear in the background is South Canterbury. That's a win for them in their mind.
Oh, some of the defence has been magnificent. Avaka in particular. The big lock for South Canterbury, and he's been brilliant. Some big hits.
Oh, just for these minutes, as we count down now to half-time. Just had to keep that momentum going. That is a big victory. Psychological victory there for South Canterbury.
But it's probably about even now.
Well, South Canterbury, they've scored plenty, but they've actually only conceded prior to this match 3 tries this season. One of those was an intercept. So I guess we'll make that 4 with the Woodmiss try earlier. So defensively, they've been pretty sound. And that's shown by Ryan Shelford having to take this option, getting some points just before half-time for Horowhenua Kapiti, if they can convert this.
Well, it'll be a nice wee finish for them. They've been attacking really well. I must admit, I was sort of hoping that would carry on because they had a real momentum going. But if you can bang this in, they'll go in at half-time, get their drink, go back and have a wee chat. I'd hazard to guess the first thing that'll come out of the coach's mouth is make your first up tackles and hang on to ball.
Suialo right on the stroke of half-time for Horowhenua Kapiti, and he's pushed it away. So South Canterbury will go to the break with a big lead and a big win right on half-time. 35 points to 10. South Canterbury lead Horowhenua Kapiti, the Heartland Championship at Westpac Stadium in Wellington.
Just like 2 green.
Canterbury with a 35 points to 10 advantage over Horowhenua Kapiti. Heartland Championship rugby on a Sunday afternoon. Let's hear now from the coaches. First of South Canterbury, Barry Matthews is with Ben Castle.
Well, 35-10 at half-time. You must be a happy coach.
Yeah, no, the boys have stuck the game plan well, and defence has been outstanding.
Well, I was about to say that. Your attack's been really good. You've scored those tries, but your defence, you're really stepping up in that last moment there where they opted to go for 3 points. A bit of a round of applause from your team. Yeah,
there was. Yeah, no, I thought the boys showed really good line speed and made the tackles, and that's something we've been working on most of the week, is that line speed and defence.
Well, I wish you well for second half.
Thanks very much.
Well, you're down 25 points half-time. Would have been a fairly stern message, I think, from you at half-time.
Oh, we just ball security, making it easy for them and turning the ball over. So we really need to fix up for that round the rucks and try and own some ball and create some phases, really. It'd be good to do that, but yeah.
And the boys, though, they believe they can do it?
Oh, definitely. You know, we've come here to the cake tin and we want to do it, and we don't want to make it easy for them. But a good lesson for us in the first half, and game of 2 halves, let's hope, eh?
Yeah, let's hope. I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Chris Wilton, the Horowhenua Kapiti coach, probably reflecting exactly what we'd said, Brendan Laney, up here.
Well, yeah, frustrating for coaches sometimes. It does make you wonder when the boys cross that white line whether they've heard what you've said during the week and trained, but let's hope he's right about that second half. Game of 2 halves, and these guys here and the blue, white and red can change their fortunes. They've got to hang on to ball and they've got to get some phases going.
James Suialo for Horowhenua Kapiti to start this second half. Work to do. Horowhenua Kapiti, again, good high kickoff, just allowing his chasers to get in underneath it. Loose ball falling. And a little clever kick around the outside from Leon Ellison back on the field. He had a cameo in the first half. Back out there in the second. We'll get confirmation of those changes shortly. Everyone gets back into position.
Here's the mark, half a metre, please.
Oh, they asked for a good start. They've certainly got that, Ricky.
Great field position. And again, it's Strawn who's just come across. He has been an absolute menace, both on South Canterbury's ball and Horowhenua Kapiti's. And the captain, he was a player of the match performance last week for South Canterbury, and he's standing out again, Nick Strawn, and away goes South Canterbury as well. Hit in the tackle as the ball is kicked away and bounces towards the sideline, but up over Horowhenua half again.
Well, they'll be disappointed in that. Horowhenua, they really need to get that set piece right. It's hard to get the game going with no ball, so Another opportunity here to get it right. And good ball.
Better this time is Ellison onto the field at halfback for Brown at half-time. Horowhenua Kapiti held up again in midfield, though defensively South Canterbury just wrapping themselves around, and look how many Horowhenua Kapiti players had to get in there to try and wrestle the ball away, and they could not do it. Great defensive pressure.
Yeah, body height not just quite right there as he went in. Unfortunately, Kilometre and South Canterbury, look at the numbers for South Canterbury, straight in there and straight in on ball there. Medlicott in particular becoming a real menace. And it's about the third time we've seen them held up, Ben. Are we really disappointed with that?
2-3 split behind the scrum here, South Canterbury. 2-4.
Left they go. It's just loose though. Oh, Setawalu, the ball had fallen into his hands and couldn't handle it, so the ball goes back to South Canterbury again.
So you to take the side for me this time, Ray.
Well, the option was right. Unfortunately, that pass there was trying to hit Ben Castle on the sideline.
Same result, probably, had it.
It's good to see you later, boys.
Well, this is where South Canterbury's been dangerous, off the set piece and their full back line. So, Horowhenua can get up off the line, take that space away.
Hold on, standing up.
The ball is available. Played on, it's probably into the favour of Horowhenua Kapiti. Their scrum has put a little bit more pressure on South Canterbury than they'd probably like. Experienced front row that we mentioned earlier.
You just see the left winger, Leotenana, has crept up just outside of Dorgan. He's scooting along the back line as it goes through the hands, and Saunders skipping around the outside, looking to link up with his winger, Salgaga, and he does, and the big flying Fijian goes around the corner. They won't stop him from there, and Setefano Salgaga is in.
Oh, lovely try. That's just, we just said it. Their set piece has been magnificent. And their set piece attack in particular. This is just a beautiful miss three. Look at that. Got him on the outside of the defender. And Saunders did the right thing. And a beautiful pass to Salgaga. And it's hard to stop any Fijian with a bit of space. But this guy in particular, beautiful move.
Just the ball out in front again from South Canterbury. They've been brilliant. Their skill level out in this back line. Again, off a stable set piece. Their scrum a bit creaky early in the first half, but they've got that right. And if you can operate on that and get the ball to the man with a speed like Salgaga, scoring tries down that right-hand side, doing that in the first half also. Oh, they started where they left off in the first half. Horowhenua Kapiti, the coach, he wanted something different. He hasn't seen it yet.
A very happy bench there too, wasn't it? You see some of those boys. I bet you, Ricky, they'll be sitting there going, come on, have a go.
Doesn't look like they're too ready to jump up just yet. Daniel Dorgan has been excellent from the kicking tee, 5 from 5. This is probably the most difficult of the afternoon so far, and it's pushed away. They're going up in 5s at the moment anyway. 40 points to 10 now. First try of the second half. It's the way of South Canterbury.
Rolling some substitutions are Horowhenua Kapiti. Number 22 has joined Dylan Taylor.
Excellent take from the kickoff. Andrew Gooden. And once again, they set through this impressive midfield. Medlicott and Anderson been excellent. This is this man, Lavaka. Messy, untidy for right, and penalty
you went
though.
onto your knees and you played it.
Apology from a halfback for giving away a penalty as South Canterbury set away through the big boys, getting metres at will. Crashing it up in midfield is Fetu, trying to milk a penalty right, and he'll get another one. Just being marched downfield at the moment.
Back, please. Yeah, I know. It was a good quick ball. That's why I'm giving it to you.
Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it?
Offside.
The wee halfback, Willie Wright, just throwing it straight into the Horowhenua player. Well, we've seen their intent again, Ben, where they want to throw this ball around and speed up the game. South Canterbury, and they're doing exactly that, making it very hard for this Horowhenua side to get going.
Yeah, whenever they carry, they're getting over the advantage line, just putting pressure on that defensive line of Horowhenua Kapiti to do a whole heap of work on defence. And that certainly takes your legs out. They're coming in, the tempo's there again.
Walking line out. Walking in.
Walked into the line out. Not entirely sure how else you meant to get there, but anyway, play on. And it's Horowhenua Kapiti's ball. Change of tactic this time, going to the air, but it's probably gone a little bit too far, nearly a collision between Leotenana and Dorgan. Someone's got to get there and play halfback now. The cavalry arrive, Medlicott it is. Here's the most recent try scorer, Sauganga, up through the middle. Just playing at real pace and intensity. South Canterbury at the moment that Horowhenua Kapiti is struggling to match, and this man, Strawn, has been in the thick of it, skipping out of tackles. Through the hands, backwards is the call, and Fetu tidies up. Dorgan tries to stab a little kick through, and it's bounced into the hands of Setawalu, but back they go. There was a little knock on in there. It opened up for Timothy Setawalu. Back they went.
Well, they got nice and flat there at South Canterbury, and unfortunately, the weak kick just hitting the wrong person, and for Horowhenua, unfortunately, a hand. So
You were standing up.
sometimes the ball, just the luck just doesn't go with you. So ball back to South Canterbury with another opportunity with the set piece to let this back line alight.
Coach!
Another good shove from Horowhenua Kapiti, but it's released quickly by the halfback, and here's Sauganga again on the outside, trying to get away and skipping away from Bayo, and straight up into the traffic. Setafano Sauganga, and he's made 50-odd metres. Charging onto it. Anderson. Numbers, Leotenana on the right. Beckham. Better defence this time from Horowhenua Kapiti. The line looks set. Dorgan. Just a misunderstanding. Another penalty though.
Yeah, unfortunately they were never onside there after that first initial break. Sauganga down the right hand side. Once again, just an easy move. Double miss, 2 passes, low risk. Out in front, like Ben said before, with some of the passing. It really has been nice to watch. Here he is here. I thought he was a forward when I saw him before the game. This guy's a huge winger. Oh, unbelievable.
They've looked slick though, haven't they? With ball in hand and running their backline plays, South Canterbury.
Yeah, they really have, Ricky. They've been great. I must admit, I sort of had a funny feeling with Barry Matthews. I used to play with Barry, and he was a guy who always wanted to attack with ball in hand. He went down the Highlanders, had the same attitude as well, and he certainly brought it back to South Canterbury.
Here they go again, this time off to the right, and an intricate move that involves the halfback right and the winger again. Sauganga bumping off tackles, rights inside, and it's going to land for the halfback. It's floated forward though. It was the forward pass, but oh, he made room again out of nothing.
The ball had to go there.
Had to go.
The old eyes lit up, didn't they, Ben?
Oh, he saw it, didn't he? Had to go early. Could have been done. It might have been an early tackle had he thrown it, but a lovely bit of work off the back of that South Canterbury scrum again.
Big pressure here, though, on the Horowhenua Kapiti scrum. It's pretty solid, but they are jammed up on their own goal line again, and off the back they go. Trying to get a couple of extra metres is Tyson Maki on in jersey 18. And late in that first half for Zimmerman. Deep into his own in goal. Soyalo, that's a good kick. He's done well to get rid of that. Get them out of danger for a little while at least.
Yeah, very good kick by Soyalo. Good scrum too by South Canterbury that time. Horowhenua did a good job giving Tom Zimmerman a chance to get off the back, get himself across the advantage line.
Strong again. Dorgan through the hands. Anderson Saunders up in the line, but it was well read, and he just got his positioning a little bit wrong there. Kalevana Leokanana. Horowhenua Kapiti have tried to go quickly here, and they might get away with it. Lamert. Bodies diving in, flying in everywhere and off their feet. Handing the ball back.
6 and 4, straight off your feet.
I think this one's got to go to the corner. Slow down a bit, get this set piece going again, South Canterbury. It's been working for them. Last 5 penalties conceded, all Horowhenua. They're going to have to be a wee bit careful, particularly in this area of the field, Ben.
Well, you just can't access the game if that's your penalty count. That's just too tough.
Number 10,
and the referee.
Got to go get that blood sorted out.
I thought he was going to have a word about the penalties, but
Yeah, hold it.
just get that is Ethan Reti. He had a little bit of an issue in that first half with some blood, so they're just running on. Now Stuart McGregor, the number 21, he'll jump in.
Can we get them off for a second, please?
The last time they had a line out first half, South Canterbury like this, Horowhenua Kapiti defended well, they sacked it down, but it's that constant threat
Time on. You take
of Willie Wright, number 9, floating around. They'll have to do a job on all of them here. Horowhenua.
7-5.
The ball's finally going to make it. I don't know what on earth has just gone on there.
Closing
The
the
ref
gap.
didn't know either, Ricky, I don't think.
Well, he's penalising for it.
There were so many things to look at that moment.
Sat on his head, didn't he?
No, I'm just happy.
Oh, man,
that's
Peter,
Jump straight up, please.
he's been falconed.
Fair bit of weight coming down on the back of that neck.
Yeah.
Ryan Shelford. They start again.
Beckham to throw, and they've tried again, but eventually it does go to the middle of the lineup, and now they roll forward. Ball's gone to ground quickly, though. Did well, Horowhenua Kapiti, just to sack that. Penalty advantage again in favour of South Canterbury. Good little short ball. Tight, hard work there. Pulu Niati, and then diving in and around the base. They might have gone over again. They have. Getting it nice and low, the hooker, Marek Beckham's in.
Oh, that's just grunt work. Well, we saw a bit of a comedy of errors in the first line out, but I tell you what, they got the second one bang on, brought it down, and that's just good body height and good grunt work by the South Canterbury forward pack. There's the first initial hit. Puliganati didn't quite get there, and then the hooker with just great body height. Marek Beckham in for the try.
Yeah, body position, attack versus defence. When you're low like that, there's nothing going to stop you that close to the line. Again, the Horowhenua Kapiti defenders on the other side. A little more, but South Canterbury, they're nice and patient around that ruck, aren't they? They can just go either side with some good momentum. But the penalty count is starting to stack up against Horowhenua Kapiti. Just can't really respond, can't access the game, can't get their hands on the ball. It's all one-way traffic.
I'll tell you what, Ben, I'd love to see that replay again, because he was, if he got that down, it was just on a piece of paint.
Dorgan 23 metres out, about 7 in from touch. He's going to push that away to the left this time, Dan Dorgan. 7 tries now, though, South Canterbury. Here it is.
Well, if that's on a piece of paint, he has only just got it there.
He has sold that really well if he didn't quite get it.
There's a big boot in the way.
The referee couldn't be any closer. Really.
Don't give him an out.
45 points to 10 now as again Horowhenua Kapiti cannot get their hands on the ball from the restart, and that is just allowing these big South Canterbury forwards to go to work once more. Ball on the Ati, a lot. And now a little inside ball for the first try scorer of the match, Horowhenua, trying to link up with Wright. It's gone over the halfback's head and falls into the hands of Horowhenua Kapiti. Horowhenua stayed down. Horowhenua Kapiti creates Toialo, low dipping ball, and it's gone backwards. He's just slotted into first 5 now that Ethan Retty's gone to the blood bin again. Lamert. Horowhenua is still down on the back plate. It's not moved, the South Canterbury number 8, so playing with one short on their defensive line at the moment. If Horowhenua Kapiti can capitalise. Cameron again with his second big carry. Player up over the ball though for South Canterbury, and they're going to rip it away. No penalty for Horowhenua. And now they will go back to check on Loni Horowhenua, who made the big bust up field and has barely moved since.
He did. And there was a beautiful inside pass by Strawn, and they're good pace. I think what happened here is just as he passed, well, there's nothing really in there. It looked quite innocuous, to be fair, but he's obviously hit him in the wrong spot. How good was Scotty Cameron? That was brilliant. For Horowhenua Kapiti, big number 3, just running around like a 13.
It just looks like he's just been caught with a big hard hit right in the ribcage.
He hasn't moved at all, really. So you think with a scoreline, probably get him off anyway. Long season.
Still to come today. Up next after this, live Sky Sport 1, Wellington against North Harbour. Both teams looking to get back on track after defeats in their most recent outings, and then a Shield challenge. What a challenge it should be. Taranaki against a resurgent Waikato. 4:15, Sky Sport 1 from Yarrow Stadium.
That will be an absolute beauty, won't it? You've got to love the Shield. It just brings out the best in teams, particularly challenges. And the way Waikato played last game, Ricky, they are in with a big shout.
Some substitutions here for South Canterbury now. Number 22, Henry Scott. He is on, and also number 20, Theo Davidson. And replacing, well, one of those men today who has been outstanding, Willie Wright. He is coming off. Also up front, Tiwana. Oh no, Chase Makamaka, number 17. He is on for Robin Pratt.
Ball overthrown and falls again to South Canterbury. And they'll get a penalty as well. It is just not going right for Horowhenua Kapiti.
Well, just tried to bite off a little bit more than he could chew there.
Yeah, they called not out, and I was waiting because he was right on the sideline, Ole Paea, and now they're going to go back from a forward pass, and that will absolutely be doing Chris Wilton, the coach's head in.
Oh, yeah, he'll be the joys of being a coach. Small grey here. There's the pass there. Unfortunately, the touchy was right there. 9 times out of 10 they aren't, but he did a great job.
Ethan Retty, he is coming on again, number 10, after his blood. And Dean Ropata, who debuted last week, he is coming off. Number 2, number 16, Tiwana Parangatai. And now Chase Makamaka, 17, is on for Platt.
Okay, boys. Stability, okay?
That's the only problem with getting a smack in the nose. They just never stop bleeding. And poor old Ethan Riti has been off and on like a yo-yo, so you've got to feel for him a bit. Hopefully he's got that sorted out. But another chance here, South Canterbury, this backline that's been so potent today, particularly off scrums. Another opportunity to just show their wares.
Get that shoulder right out, okay? Thank you. Better. And make sure your hip stays out. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Davidson, the new halfback, onto the field. He doesn't get a chance to feed the scrum, though, because penalty
Down.
once more goes against Horowhenua Kapiti. That must be about 7 in a row now. Penalty count's only about 11-10, but there's been plenty who've gone the way of South Canterbury of late.
Now, the big stat really is the missed tackles, 15-5. That has been one huge stat for this Horowhenua Kapiti side. They'll be disappointed in that.
Down the back once more. This time it's overcooked, though, and taken in the air. Just got the timing a little bit wrong, did Lavaka. So Horowhenua Kapiti will tap and go from inside their own 22. Serawalu fending off his opposite, going back for a second crack.
Sideways.
No knock on, says referee Griffiths. Ripped away, but falling once more for Lemert. And some hold on to some ball here. Here's Cameron again. Eager to carry still. 60 minutes into the match, the tight head prop. Flat ball it was, but what strength from Kilameti to get through there. He got hit hard and then squeezed his way through a couple of tackles. Better here from Horowhenua Kapiti. Good hands. It falls into the arms of Reti. Lemert, good support play, but he can't hold on, and the loose ball squirts out of the hands of Aaron Lemert. Frustration for Horowhenua Kapiti.
Yeah, stand by for a whole lot of substitutions. Here they come, the cavalry. Tokoa Ata Pakatava, he is on. Number 16, Garrett Casey. Number 17 is on. BJ Oliver. Number 18 is on. And Timote Tuipulotu is on in number 19.
Well done.
Gooden off, number 6. His day is done. Matt Fetu. He's also done. Marek Beckham and Kalolo Atuaha. Here you go.
You have a break now. We'll take over.
Saw them all coming. It's an all-new front row for South Canterbury. And they get a good solid base to work from. That's out in front of Saunders this time. Falls into the hands of Henry Scott. That guy's quick too. Good sevens player. Henry Scott from Carly College as well with Dan Dorgan. He's one of the new men. Whakatava, replacement hooker. Penalty the other way. Finally, Horowhenua Kapiti get the arm pointed their way. And here goes Lemert, still playing with plenty of intent inside the final 20 minutes. And up over the 22. Straight up the middle, Shelford. He's worked hard. Horowhenua Kapiti captain as always. But it just breaks down once more.
Knock on.
Well, you can't fault their intent. They are chucking everything at the South Canterbury side with the ball they've got, because they haven't had a lot of it. So, great stuff. They're a proud union and a proud team, this Horowhenua Kapiti side. And they've proved, particularly in this first half, that they can score some really good tries. Just need the ball to stick a wee bit more. And to be fair, they've come up against the South Canterbury side who've come out with a real attacking mindset today, Ben, and they've scored some really nice tries themselves.
Well, they got into gear, didn't they, last week, South Canterbury, when they played Poverty Bay. 4 tries in the last 13 minutes of that fixture, 40 points to 11. And well, they've just started today where they left off, just scoring tries and really attacking mindset. You mentioned in good skill level, though, they've had to work hard for it.
Davidson digs it out and sets away the replacement halfback, makes a 10-metre bust. It's untidy, though, and Horowhenua Kapiti have got in and disrupted here and picked up the loose ball. Parangatai, replacement hooker. And a little bit of space out wide, finally. On the wraparound is Taylor. Willie Boweoa just has not seen much ball his way. Heading towards the 22. Soialo Cameron juggles. Loves a carry, Scott Cameron. Held on to it well in the end. Soialo looking for the little inside ball and found it through Taylor, and now they're linking up, and Allison, it just opened up ahead of him. Finally, bit of continuity. They're going to go quickly. Conversion's over as well. 45-17 it is.
I'll tell you what, the touchies were under pressure there. They had to get him behind the post. Beautiful inside pass here from Soialo. And then the beautiful offload. That is an absolute cracker by Dylan Taylor. And a great try right under the dot. He took it that quick. He took it that quickly on Ellison that the two touchies were still running around. That's fantastic.
He's been good, hasn't he, Leon Ellison? When he's been on today, early in that first half, as a blood substitution, he's really brought energy and attack around that breakdown.
Securing the ball from the kickoff. It's being played at a real pace. Everything being done at breakneck speed at the moment. And here is Willie Boweoa trying to find some space. 3 tries this season, 2 last week. Hasn't really had a sniff, and now someone's been cleaned out over the ball.
Way past the ball. And side entry as well, man.
All the referees in all competitions this year have been really, really strict on that one. Blowing out well past the ball, taking the player out. No problem if the guy's involved in that sort of ruck or maul, but if you're taking them well out, here's Boweoa taking the ball up here, then cleaned out. Look how far past he's been taken out. There's the penalty.
It's pretty tough, though. Not a lot on that. Really, as Saunders, number 15, he's coming off. A bit of a sore shoulder. Reports. And Jared Trevathan, number 21.
Saunders was given the start this week, and he's scored a try, being good at fullback. Trevathan and played over 50 games for South Canterbury. A handy replacement as Kilimeti tries to break downfield. Soialo stands a little kick through for Taylor to try and catch onto, but the ball beats them all out over the sideline.
Well, you'd have to say Horowhenua has sort of got the momentum at the moment. They've had a bit of ball, they've scored a nice wee try. That's just great attitude. See here, nice wee offload, beautiful offload to be fair. And that wee kick, I tell you what, if that had popped up and stayed in, it could have been a wee bit more interesting.
He's been strong in midfield, Kilimeti.
He's had a good game, hasn't he?
Stay in the 15, mate. Stay in the 15.
Created the chances that Horowhenua Kapiti have had, and here they have to defend again. Ball in hand, and they've turned it over, have they? No, it's still there just somehow for South Canterbury. Working down a short channel. Here is Scott. He had a foot in touch, taken out over the side.
Yeah, well, there it is here. It was good defence. Again, they've been very, very good at some of their scrambling defence in this last sort of 10, 15 minutes. And it's proven to be a bit fruitful too, because they're getting a lot of ball back. As we see,
Bring one more in.
big Tainui Woodmiss coming off. He's had a good game.
Yeah, strong game, isn't he? Anthony Ackerman is on his replacement, number 19.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Scrappy for Allison to deal with. And he swivels around, spins around, ball gone backward, and it's just heaved across to Soialo. Chip over the top, goes straight into the hands.
No shielding.
Oh, another penalty.
Obstruction.
Shielding the way through, and Lemert playing with a real intent still. Lemert. Parangatai up over the 22. That ball's bounced out of the hands again. The ball security letting down Horowhenua Kapiti. Oh, it might open up here. Lea Tenanga, oh, can't handle though, Anderson. And he's disappointed in himself, Shane Anderson. He's dipping, but entitled to take it.
Oh, yeah, he'll be gutted with that. It was well and truly on there to shift one more. There was a bit of space. And to be fair, once again, South Canterbury haven't had a lot of ball in this last 10 minutes. So anything they have had, they've had to really scramble to get. But another good opportunity for Horowhenua Kapiti. Just to keep the acid on the South Canterbury side at the moment.
Well, some of the substitutions they've made, Horowhenua Kapiti, they've certainly brought energy onto the field, brought some voice. That man there getting the water, number 7. To screen Aaron Lemur, he's certainly starting to lift the tempo for his team. You probably sense it's a bit beyond them now looking at that scoreboard, but they're certainly showing character to fight back into this match.
I can understand why some of these guys are getting cramp. Because I tell you what, it's been pretty frantic for both sides. They've been one end of the field to the other, both on attack and defence. So it has been a really entertaining game of Heartland Championship rugby. We've got some good footballers at this level.
Real man's rugby, as a friend of mine passionately calls it.
Well, there's certainly been some guys who have played a lot of rugby for their provinces in both these sides.
Well, and it's such a commitment too, because you're juggling jobs and families and life and committing to your clubs and your teams. As Horowhenua Kapiti looking to link up as Serowalu 10 metres out. And straight up through the middle. Just short. Someone's finally going to the bin. We're going to see who it is, and it's Kalivana Lea Tenana, the right winger. Not sure what he's doing it under there, but he's off to the bin anyway.
Well, he's going to spend 2 minutes thinking about it. He'll only get a couple when he comes back, so a bit disappointing, but an opportunity here.
Crashing up is Maki. Quick hand, Soialo, and shoveling it on, and finally into the hands of Batioa. And they score again, Horowhenua Kapiti. That's 2 in a row. No bother of the kicking tee.
Just trying to get it going.
I've seen this go on pear-shaped before. I would have drop-kicked it. Well, they fully deserve this, Ben. They fully deserve this. Look at the hands. Look at that. That's beautiful. Absolutely magnificent hands. Ethan Riti was the one. Just linked it straight through. And Poiawa, who's played well on the left wing, hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but what he has had, he's done really well with.
He was an experienced campaigner, as Willie Poiawa. Of course, in that Heartland 15 for a number of years. But just the tempo that they're playing at the moment, let's see if they can keep going.
Oh, well taken down by Tyson Maki, who busts upfield. Real bit between the teeth stuff now from Horowhenua Kapiti. Linking up inside with Winterburn. Shelford still going, still working, the skipper. Ellison demanding a penalty, and he's going to get one. They've already got one in the bin, remember, South Canterbury, down to 14.
Well, they're desperate to get their hands on the ball. They haven't had it for quite a few minutes, so anything that's going scrappy, they're trying to dive on. Another good opportunity here. Another good kick down the touch by James Surialo. Just on 11 minutes to go, Ricky. There's still plenty of rugby left.
Shelford gets some good line-out ball. Oh, a misunderstanding between Maki and Soialo that time. The ball just sort of drops cold into the middle of nothing. And what it is a let-off for South Canterbury.
Well, as soon as a guy's knees get to the ground, we've seen about 2 or 3 of these guys for Horowhenua have been held up today. And the rule is, as soon as a guy's knees hits the ground, the referee calls tackle, and the player must, defending player must let them go. Unfortunately for Horowhenua, the guy with the ball let it go, and it went forward. So, opportunity here, big blind. Trevathan off to the right. Henry Scott, the speedster for South Canterbury on the right wing as well.
Another good shove from Horowhenua Kapiti, but it is going right to Scott and Trevathan. Good defence from Horowhenua Kapiti. Short ball up through the middle. Good run from cover. Davidson. Scragged a couple of times, Theo Davidson. Advantage the way of South Canterbury. Working hard, they've worked very hard. Both the starters and these replacement forwards that have come on for the green and black. Good continuity, ball retention. Had to stop and check in midfield. Medlicott now skipping through one, straight up through the middle, out through another as Medlicott with the dummy and support on the outside from the big lock. Lavaka is going to go in, but it's Miles Medlicott that created a fabulous try. What an effort.
Oh, take a bow, Miles Medlicott. That is an absolutely outstanding piece of individual skill. The wee step, the last step was an absolute rip snorter. He got the ball here, had about 4 or 5 defenders in front of him and just backed his pace. This step here is an absolute beauty. Look at that, the wee pass inside, or dummy inside to Trevathan. And then the big lock, Lavaka. Good try and fully deserved.
Just lovely footwork. That's what it is there. And then the determination to get out, a little bit of a dummy as well. And that line from the try scorer, Solomone Lavaka. Well, he's been huge on defence today. Both those second rows for South Canterbury, they've put a big shift in with their shoulders around the contact area. And that's just reward for following up nicely. You could see him screaming on the right-hand side to get that ball. He had a bit of pace as well to finish it off.
Yeah, good pace, I was going to say that. But just might take the wind out of Horowhenua Kapiti's sails as well. They were hit back with a couple of quick tries.
Yeah, well, they've certainly hit all the momentum, haven't they, Ricky? They really have.
Dorgan, another good kick from Dan Dorgan, converting again. South Canterbury, Hick Saunders, he's got one today. 50 points up, 52-22 it is with 6 or so minutes to play.
And an interesting 6 minutes too. South Canterbury still be wanting to put some points on. Horowhenua, like I said, have had a lot of momentum in this last 10 to 15 minutes. They'll be keen to finish well. Great kickoff.
High, really high, but an excellent take, and then a bust-up field by Tui Pelotu, and the locks are there, linking up all the tight forwards, getting involved. Otutaha. Now just slowing it down, setting is Casey. Dumped into the ground. Davidson, Anderson up and linking up with his midfield mate, Medlicott, who's set up the last try. Trevathan. A little bit isolated, but then Davidson arrives just in time. Plenty of options, plenty of numbers, nice and tight. Little short ball for South Canterbury this time. Anderson up towards the 22, tried to roll a little extra and was able to sneak the ball back. Here's Tui Pelotu, who started it all with that excellent work from the kickoff. Poloniati, the two starting locks, Lavaka and Poloniati, and it finally just breaks down. Play on. Horowhenua Kapiti are going to run it out from their own line, and Cameron has not stopped running. Tight head prop. Ellison wanted it a little bit short, overran it slightly, but Lamert's still there. Advantage is over Soyalo, and that's going to squirt away for South Canterbury again. Broken play, Dorgan sizes up the options, and he finds who else but one of his locks again, Lavaka. Oh, big step on the outside by the prop. brilliant work over the ruck there. Lemert, I think it was again, to win that ball back for Horowhenua Kapiti. A long passage of play here into the final 5 minutes. Serowalu bouncing. He's like a pimple. He's lost his strides as well. And he'll still keep going. Horowhenua Kapiti trying to open things up. Soyalo stepping inside, looking to link up with the outsides, and finds who else but Scott Cameron. Finds Taylor up towards the 22, the other way now. Ellison, oh, that's hit hard and it's bounced out, but it falls. Still for Horowhenua Kapiti. And hacking away. And Cameron just says, follow me, I'll show you how to do it, as he's done all game. Winterburn, Horowhenua Kapiti have gone from their own 22 to 15 metres out. Soyalo, little chip over the top, but there's no one chasing. Are they going to get there? The prop's getting back. It's Lemert. Well-deserved try. What an effort from Aaron Lemert to finish it off.
Oh, I'd hate to guess how many set of hands that went through, but that was absolutely brilliant. Lovely wee chip by Soyalo, and this guy Lemert has not stopped running all day. And in fairness, I think he was the guy that turned it over well and truly back in their own 22. How good was that? That there is the try of the year for me. That is a beauty.
Oh, great example of just never giving up, this team. And led by that man, Aaron Lemert, number 7. Well, the scoreboard suggests any other team might have put it to bed and put their head into next week. But look at that, the bonus point there lights up as well for them, so they come away with something at least. They've really hammered that tempo in this second half, this team. They've come together well, and some of these outstanding individual efforts as well. And lovely little kick from this man on your screen, James Soyalo. We mentioned Scotty Cameron.
How many carries did he have?
Oh, it's brilliant from the tight end prop. What a shift he's put in.
And good touches too. Like down here on the right on the 22. Just a beautiful offload again. I would have had him kicking a goal. That was brilliant.
Soyalo, whose little chip kick over, went in for Lemert, converts. So a bonus point try for Horowhenua Kapiti. They're going to be well beaten, but boy, have they entertained. I don't know how you remembered who got the turnover initially to start it.
Well, Lemert's been on the ball all day. He really has been good.
Yeah, it was Lemert. That's right. The first turnover as they're back to a full complement, South Canterbury. As Kaluani Liatinana is back on after his 10 minutes off.
So Horowhenua Kapiti looking for a little bit more before their afternoon at Westpac Stadium. Is over big year for this union. Yeah, 125th anniversary. That's a heck of a kick, and it was in one hand of Baioa. Probably might have been best to go up with two. Didn't quite have the awareness of where he was. Oh!
Poor guy, he did all the right things too. It was a lovely kick across as well. Well, they've certainly entertained us today. We couldn't ask for a better game. You're talking close to 80-odd points. Really has been great to watch.
Yeah, no pressure, Wellington and Harbour, and Taranaki and Waikato. This has set the standard for the day. 12 tries, 8 to South Canterbury, and they might have time for another one here as Henry Scott, the speedster, the sevens flyer, linking up with his outsides. Davidson can't quite handle, and a little knock on. And there might just be time for the scrum.
Last play.
Last play of the game.
I hope they attack. I really do. That would be magnificent if they have a crack and score another one. That really was a beautiful try. Everyone involved for Horowhenua Kapiti. They really have come out in the second half. They could have dropped their bundle, but their attitude has been absolutely magnificent up against a very good South Canterbury side who's had the same attitude as well.
South Canterbury get a good shunt on that scrum, and it's gone their way as well. Good work in the forward pack, and it may be them looking for try number 9 to finish it off. Polon Nayate shoving away defenders. Oh, intercept, Ellison. It's going to close in and around him. He's going to try and find his speedster, Bowiella. And he's going to scythe in field. Good tackle clinging around the jersey. We could be playing for another 5 minutes or so here. Jammed in midfield. Horowhenua Kapiti trying to find a final try. Kilimeti, who's been impressive for them. Good bust from Maki, Tyson Maki. Trying to connect. And Lea Tenada says, that will do. Thank you very much. We've got 8. We don't need any more. And South Canterbury will take a thoroughly entertaining Heartland Championship win over Horowhenua Kapiti. They've done it tough. What a game, 52-29 at Westpac Stadium.
Oh, what an absolute cracker, Ricky. That was fantastic rugby to watch. Both sides throwing the ball around magnificently well.
Well, we can hear now from the winning captain, Nick Strawn, with Ben Castle.
Oh, congratulations, Nick. What an effort from your team today.
Yeah, it was. Really pleased with how we get going in that first half there. We scored some good tries, went to width, and we found some space there and scored some good tries.
And now your attacking was so good, but also your defence. I mean, at the end of that first half there, when you forced Horowhenua Kapiti to take a kick, there was a bit of a clap from your boys.
It was, you know, that's a really great moment for us. Probably the highlight of the game for us too, making them take that penalty. Probably fell off a few in the end of that second half, but yeah, all in all, pretty good effort from our boys.
Well, a few substitutions come on, so you lose a bit of composure, but you're saving yourselves for it's a big season ahead, of course.
Yeah, we do. I mean, Horowhenua were in the final last year, so we knew they were going to be a tough game, and really proud of how our boys went. Scored a lot of points there in that first half, and you know, defended pretty well too.
And you get to go home next week, and who have you got next week?
I think we've got East Coast next week. We've got the next couple of games at home, so yeah, hopefully keep the ball rolling, keep the points up. It's a tight competition this year, so you need to keep winning.
Yeah, well, you're impressive today, so wish you well and enjoy tonight.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate.
8 tries in the end. It was 52-29 for South Canterbury. They led 35-10 at half-time. Started the match really, really well. Tries are not going to be an issue for this side this season, that is for sure.
And they certainly put on a real display. And I just love the attitude of Horowhenua Kapiti in the second half. They could have quite easily sort of shut up shop a bit, but they didn't, and they came out and they attacked and they scored probably one of the highlights of the year, try-wise. It really was, in any division. Gee, it was a cracker.
Both teams got great impact from their bench. We can hear now from the Horowhenua Kapiti captain Ryan Shelford.
No, you're good, mate. You're looking good. Commiserations, though. Pretty tough outing today.
Yeah. Look, I think we were a bit asleep in the first half, and then we showed a bit of passion towards the middle to end, and I think, taking pride in our defensive line. I think that's something we'll be hammering next week. Yeah, we sort of wanted to target their line out in their scrum. I think we did that in the start and in phases, but yeah.
Well, some of the positives, though, that you've got to take out of today, I mean, you did get the bonus point, that's one thing, but the way that you just never gave up and really stuck to them in that second half, some of your substitutions coming on with really good energy.
Yeah, it was very positive having our substitutes coming on with a bit of energy and adding a bit of bite to our forward pack and our back line. Yeah, the boys have been doing really well, so just got to build, you know. We'll take what we can away from today, so we'll take 1 point, and leading into next week, hopefully those points towards the end will count. And
you're down on the road to North Otago, so you'll reset and get stuck into them?
Yeah, we need to have a good preparation for North Otago, so Tuesday, Thursday will be a big one, and yeah, I'd just like to have a shout out to all of our wives and our partners and all of our kids watching today, you know, and the Horowhenua Kapiti Rugby Union, all the support from our supporters club, and that it's been fantastic. So,
well, it's great to have you at Westpac Stadium and great to have you on Sky Sports. So congratulations for the effort today and wish you well for the rest of the campaign.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Good stuff from Ryan Shelford, and both teams as fans, all kinds, in at Westpac Stadium. It's been a 12-try bonanza. South Canterbury 52, Horowhenua Kapiti 29. Heartland Championship rugby at its best.